you seek is within you. That's great news, Jamie, but how am I going to get it out? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Everything that you seek is within you. You were born with an internal guidance system, and that is your emotions. Your emotions tell you what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Now, notice I didn't say what is right for you and what is wrong for you, because we're not going to put judgment in this right now. It's what works, what doesn't work. We're going to use discernment for ourselves, okay? We tend to, whether we've been trained, whether, we as humans tend to look outside of ourselves for everything, for validation, for love, for peace, for support. And if we would go within, which we're going to talk about, we would discover that we have those things. I know. You're like, how? Okay. Number one thing, we have to calm down. You can think of your nervous system as like your gatekeeper, okay? And if you want to talk about alignment with who you truly are, what you truly desire in this life, then we could talk about in alignment or out of alignment, okay? And your emotions are going to guide you to that. But we have to start paying attention to them. We need to go within. We'll talk about that. Go within and start living from that space and understanding what is your energy, what are your emotions, versus, hello empaths, I love you so much, what is not yours. Even that's one of the first things, is identifying what's yours and what's not yours. And it can be done. It's highly recommended to make life easier for yourself. Let's stop diluting our emotions with stuff. Fill in the blank, whatever it is. Shopping, food, people, activities. I know that there's only one way I ran an ultra marathon, and that was through avoidance. I was running away from my problems 100%. Now, that's not what everybody does, but what's your thing? Where do you check out on yourself? Where do you abandon yourself? Be mindful of this. Stop diluting, and especially when it comes to like substance abuse, if possible, try to edge that out. Feel what you're feeling, okay? And all it is, we don't have to be scared of our emotions. It's information. It's just information, and it's temporary. It's like a wave. Yes, sometimes it might feel like a tsunami. Absolutely. I've been there. Maybe you've heard my story, but believe me, I've been there. I feel it. I feel you, and you can get through this. If I got through it, I'm super, super stubborn. You can do it too. You just need some direction, and you need to show up for yourself, because nobody else is going to do it. And as a matter of fact, that's not anybody else's responsibility. It is your personal responsibility to take care of yourself, okay? No more of this damsel in distress stuff. You're your hero. Be your own hero, and it might be scary, absolutely, but guess what's on the other side of fear? A life you thought you couldn't have. It's there, it's waiting for you. Trust it, okay? Anyway, you were built with this. You were born with this. A guidance system. Don't dilute it. Try to be calm, okay? What do you need to do to stay calm? Yeah, we're reactive. I'm reactive. I'm so much better than I used to. I don't even yell at people when I drive anymore. It's beautiful. I feel so much better. Anyway, stop diluting. Pay attention to what you're feeling. And if it's too much at that moment, take a deep breath. Okay, just breathe through it. It's gonna pass. And sometimes, oh, triggers. Let's talk about triggers. You can call them triggers, you can call them markers. That's when you turn on a dime. You might be having a good day, but then something sets you off. It pushes your button, right? That's a trigger. So you have a marker there. Be mindful of those. You're not going to figure it out when you're triggered. You're going to go back later and discover and ask questions about it and figure out what's going on there so that you can break that pattern, break that habit. It's a habit, something programmed in your mind. You can turn it around 100%, okay? You just have to have awareness of it. So we're getting back to the emotional guidance system, okay? Your navigation system. Try not to dilute yourself away from it so that you feel it, you experience it, because it's information and it's telling you what you do want versus what you don't want, okay? Focus on the things that you do want. Edge out those things that you don't want. And it's not going to happen in one day, but you can make positive steps. You get to make 1,000 choices a day. Every one of those choices, start guiding it closer. Notice I'm changing directions. Start guiding it closer to what it is that you truly desire to have in your life. Let's stop making the decisions that draw us away, okay? Because we get resentful. We all know how horrible resentment feels, right? Let's not do that to ourselves, because that's what we're doing. So you've got the guidance system within you. You're going to try to calm down. You're going to wait until you're not triggered. You're going to breathe through things and find something to do that calms you on a regular basis. Maybe you need to have body work. Maybe you need to do breath work. Maybe you need to go for a run or play a sport, or just go out in nature, or spend time with your family or friend, whatever. And it can change. Have a basket full of things that you enjoy doing that calm you down. When you're worked up and you can't see straight, go to the basket, pull something out. I love breath work because it's easy, it's accessible. You need to breathe. You can do it anytime. It's free. Should I go on? Probably not. Let's talk about breath work for a second. So I hear all the time, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Well, here's the thing. There are so many different methods to everything. I say, does it give you a positive outcome? Does it change your energy to something more positive? And if the answer is yes, then it's working. Can you do more? Absolutely. But let's stop second guessing ourselves and waiting until we have an opportunity to take a class, because I think there's a lot of people in this world right now whose pants are literally on fire, and we have the tools. We don't need all this excess stuff. Just remember, breathe, take a deep breath, focus on the breath. And what's really interesting is, like, if you start a meditation or whatever, if you take a deep breath beforehand just to, get it going, that teaches your body. Just like those negative things that we've taught our body to do, this teaches your body to relax. And it's like, oh, hey, it's time to relax. Your meditation can go, from 10 minutes, hour and a half. Ooh, couldn't do that. Probably can now, but you typically don't get there straight out of the gate, okay? But with the breath, you can drill that calming down. You can have like a 10-second meditation, just a couple of deep breaths, focusing on that. It depends on how much you focus, right? Just focus on that. And if you have a positive outcome, all right, if you reset, then it's working for you. I'm not saying don't seek other options. I'm just saying don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. We complicate things. You have to admit it, okay? All right, so you have the internal navigation system. Pay attention to it. It's your emotions. They're information. They're temporary, okay? And it's going to guide you. It's going to guide you to what you want and what you don't want. Just start paying attention to yourself. Show up for yourself, okay? Stop abandoning yourself. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Do what I did. Start with nope. It's a much more friendly way, but it certainly is a boundary, okay? And just take care of yourself. If you need help, if you want some guidance going in and learning how to live in that space, actually live from that space. That's what I do. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help and guide you in any way possible. And let's get you where you want to be.